Welcome back. This is Behind the Barber podcast. This is episode 8. I am the co-host Adrian, and of course we got Sway in the building today.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, and I appreciate you doing the intro for us, man. You really bring it.
No problem, dude. It's my pleasure, sir.
Yeah, it's good to be back, man. I know we've been
MIA.
off. Yeah,
MIA, man.
Yeah, we've been a little busy, but we'll try and make a better effort to put these out maybe twice a month instead of just once.
At least, I think we should shoot for 2 times a month. That'll be good. That'll be good for the listeners.
Yeah, just been crazy busy, man, with school and work and life and.
Yeah, schedules get complicated after a while.
For sure, man. For sure.
But now that you say you've been busy, I know you've been busy, sir, because I've been walking around town and I've been seeing a lot of logos on T-shirts lately, man.
Yeah, man.
Tell the listeners what happened recently.
Yeah, for sure, man. So recently I just sold, well, of course, I'm starting to sell my T-shirts. So I just recently announced it on Instagram, but now this is the first episode where I actually announced it, and I do have my first T-shirt out. The one that it's called Hecho en la Barbería, which means...
I believe the translation is old wooden worship.
No, you're close, man.
Okay.
It means made in the barbershop.
Okay. I was
you weren't too far off, bro.
I was just there.
Yeah, but it's cool, man. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go look at it. What I did is I definitely took a lot of features from...
Now, what is the website again?
It's Behind the Barber, www.behindthebarber.com.
Okay, easy enough.
Yeah. And now that you bring that up, too, I want to make sure my listeners know, recently I made a change to my Instagram. So now instead of, before it used to be Behind the Barber _ podcast.
Okay.
Now I just changed it to Behind the Barber. That way, that way my website's the same, my Gmail's the same, and my Instagram's the same.
So no more underscore, just Instagram Behind the Barber podcast.
Yeah, and before I did it, before I had done it _ podcast, that way people know that, hey, this page has a podcast related to it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
But my brother told me, I don't know too much about tech or too much about web searching, but they say whenever you do like an underscore or any kind of symbol, it's harder to find online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't really know the technical parts behind that, but I just took his advice and just made it simpler. That way it's just Behind the Barber on all.
Just simpler for everybody to find it.
Yeah,
that makes sense. And back to the T-shirt, BehindTheBarberPodcast.com.
Yeah.
Or just BehindTheBarber.com.
It's just www.BehindTheBarber.com.
Behind the Barber.
And I recently made a change to my hosting, who's hosting my website. So now the people that have viewed my website is going to look a little different.
Okay.
My page right now, it's still active. It has a store, but it's still kind of under construction. So I'm still making changes to it. Okay. But you can still see my website and get the T-shirt there.
And how much are these T-shirts running?
I'm selling them at $20.
Well, that's about average then.
Yeah, it's normal, and as I mentioned before, I mean, I'm not trying to get rich off of it. I mean, the website I'm going through, it's pretty known for people that have made shirts. It's called Printful.com.
Yes.
And the service, since they provide the shirt and they handle everything, like all the customer service, the returns, the shipping. They're charging me $14. So I'm only making $6 out of it.
Okay.
But it's because, I mean, I am doing like a high quality shirt on it, and it is American Apparel. So people that have bought those kinds of shirts know that it's like a really good quality. It's not like some cheap kind of rough kind of cotton shirt.
Now I do own one of the shirts, and I have to say for everyone listening, it is a very soft T-shirt. It's very comfortable. It fits true to the size, and it's a good design. It looks really cool. I've gotten a lot of questions and compliments about it. It's really
awesome,
cool.
Man. I appreciate that, bro. And yeah, like the design, for people who haven't seen it, it's basically a guy who has a side part and a nice pompadour, and he has a nice beard. So that way, of course, it has a lot of features that are like common in the barbershop as far as popular haircuts. And it is inspired of the Mexican Hecho en Mexico or Made in Mexico stamp.
Mm-hmm.
So it has some inspiration of my culture, but also of the barbering culture, with obviously the image.
Really cool. But again, if you want to go and see the actual image, just go ahead and go to BehindTheBarber.com.
Yeah, for sure.
And it'll be there.
So it's definitely there, and it's definitely on the website. So
And that's just the front. What's on the back?
on the back, I'm gonna hold it off for another T-shirt, but I have a separate design coming soon.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah,
got
for
another shirt coming soon.
Yeah, for sure. It's just
And I'm pretty sure those will be flooding the streets soon, just like this one.
yeah, man. I've sold a few so far, not many, but I'm hoping now, of course, with the listeners, they can go check it out, and definitely, man, if you like it, go definitely pick it up. It's a good quality shirt, and like you said, it's very unique. I haven't really seen anything similar to it recently.
I've seen nothing like it, honestly.
Yeah.
You hear that, guys? Sway is issuing a challenge to all of y'all. Go out there and get at least 2 of them.
Yeah, at least.
At least 2 of them.
For laundry day, right?
For laundry day, yeah. Yeah. So, you've been busy with that. You've been busy making your shirts, or designing your shirts, I should say.
Yeah.
And you've been busy at school as well, haven't you?
Yeah, man, and especially this past month. I mean, I think I might have announced it last month on the previous podcast that I'm already out on the floor. I'm outside of the classroom. But this past month, man, I've really been getting a lot of practice in.
So you say you're out of the classroom. Are you out of the classroom completely now?
Yeah, I'm out of the classroom completely now. All I'm literally doing is just trying to get my 1,500 hours just strictly off haircuts.
And how long are you there a day? How many hours a day?
I have to be there at least 7 working hours. So if I take a lunch, I mean, I could be there up to 8 hours. Yeah.
Okay. So you're there. How many hours do you usually do?
Usually 7. Yeah.
So you're strictly cutting hair for 7 hours now?
Yeah, so it's just, unfortunately, I would like to have done it, like, rack up like 10 hours, 12-hour days. But the way the financial aid works, it's paid out quarterly. So they don't want you to finish sooner than the graduation date.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure why, but they only want to do 7 hours. But.
So what have you been doing then? Like, what kind of haircuts have you been doing since you're just cutting hair all day now?
Well, in the beginning, to be quite honest with you, man, I was real nervous when I hit the floor because I wasn't comfortable with a lot of things. So they were only giving me things I was comfortable with, which is just shaving and shear work. So I've been doing a lot of shaving in the beginning. I did a lot of like gentleman's cuts with shear work up top, side parts, contours, I mean, slick backs. But now, I mean, I finally, like the past few weeks, I finally like just made it a goal to tell myself like, hey man, this is what you're here for. You're here to learn. So even though you know that haircut, which in my case is the bald fade.
Shout out to all the bald fades.
Yeah, where you start with the 5-star shaver or any shaver, and then you blend it up to like number 2 or whatever it is they have on the sides. To me, man, that's my arch enemy, man, because it is so hard to do. I mean,
honestly, that's the easiest haircut. No, I don't know. I don't know. I doubt it.
Maybe other barbers, and I mean,
honestly, so how many Southside fades have you done?
I've done 0.
0?
And actually, only like a few people can knock those out. Yeah.
Really? It's a difficult haircut.
It's hard because like you're fading, like you know how on a normal fade you're fading the side of a head.
You're fading the top on that one.
But you're fading the top, so it's really like a weird angle for your arm. Like it's hard to get that flick.
Yeah, true.
But really, it's only like a few people that do it, and honestly, like all the Southside fades, they send them to them because they know they're gonna do them good.
Yeah, true.
But I've really just I told my instructors, I mean, like the first week or 2, man, unfortunately, I was kind of telling them, hey, I don't feel comfortable with the bald fade for now. I mean,
don't give me that.
No, to be quite honest with you, what I told them, like, I mean, if you do give it to me, do you mind like staying here with me through the whole haircut? But I realized very soon that's not gonna happen. Like,
it's a busy place.
There's so many students, and right now they're so short-staffed on instructors, they can't stay with me. So for that reason, they haven't been giving me things I need help on. They've just given me things I can do confidently. But now I just told them, like, man, send me anything. I'm just gonna get my practice in, and I've been knocking them out. I've done several so far, and they've been getting better little by little.
And this college or this school, college, whatever, it's busy because I've been there. It's super busy, and there's a lot of students. Yeah. So it's kind of hard for the instructor to stay there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not making excuses for them, but I've been there, and it's super busy.
Definitely, man. So, like, at any given point, there could be up to, like...
They have to, like, monitor at least 10 people, right? More than that, right?
More, like... On giving a conservative number, at least 30 sometimes.
Right? Yeah, okay.
During the peak, 40, 50 students, and there's only 2 instructors.
Yeah.
And when one takes lunch or break or one comes in later, sometimes there's just 1 instructor. So really, you're either by yourself or you're going to depend on the other students.
Yeah.
So like a big thing that helps you is just kind of what I've done is like I've chosen to like sit by people that I know for sure can do a bald fade really good. And really it's helped them simultaneously, because even though I struggle with that, most people, I don't know why, but most people struggle with shear work. And to me, that's the thing that's really easy. I mean, so I mean, as I help them, they help me. And
so some people know how to do fades. To some people, fades are really easy, and the shear work is a difficult part. But it's vice versa for you.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Now you say you do a lot of shaving. Do you do like, I guess, do you line up the beard? Do you just shave it all off? What kind of shaving have you been doing?
I've done both.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually more confident with doing beards, because that's also one thing I wasn't comfortable with. And the reason I wasn't comfortable with it, because I know how important a beard is to a man. Like people that rock beards, they are like they're all about very the beard, specific, right? On how they do it. Like these cats be putting on like beard oil, they be brushing their beard so it comes out nice. They tell you exactly like, hey, just go down here, then do the curve. They're very specific.
Now is that curve hard? Because I've seen it, and sometimes it looks really good, and it looks insane to get it.
Exactly, it's hard. Some people do the curve right here, and then some people like it going straight down, then do like an angle.
Now,
like
right here, so the listeners saying you're like following the cheekbone.
Exactly.
As far as you're saying.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like just like, and then some people following your face.
Yeah, and then some people curve at the cheekbone, and then some people do like an angle, like a
kind of more of like an edge up
like
status.
An angle. Yeah.
Like kind of like more not roundish, but more of a square.
Yeah, more of like a triangle or like a 90 degrees.
More of an angle.
Exactly.
Instead of a curve.
Exactly.
Just so everybody gets a picture.
But now I've been just saying like, hey.
Now how do you do that? Do you do it with the trimmer first, or do you just do blade?
I should have first do it with the trimmer.
Okay.
Just to knock down the bulk and get a shape for it, and then like once I see it's more or less where I want it, then I knock it out with the razor.
Yeah. Is that? Do you find that easier than the fades? Because I mean, you're not fading, but still, like you could still mess up.
Yeah, I find it definitely easier, man.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as I thought.
I feel like I would be a little nervous just because if you mess it up, like you say, like those guys are all about the beard. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Kind of messes up the whole look, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what people tell us. Like the instructors always tell us, please try your best to like make sure that beard looks good and the edge up looks good. Because people always say like people are more willing to forgive a kind of a lane fade or basic fade. But if you mess up their edge up or if you push that line back, man, people will really get upset.
Yeah,
so
I can see that because honestly, if you are a person who gets like edge ups or line ups, whatever, like if you mess that up and you have like a clean fade, then the whole haircut is messed up, like because it's not gonna look good.
Yeah, especially for their client. I mean, that's literally the first thing they see.
Yeah,
so it's definitely very important to them. But so yeah, I've just been busy with that, and then what I've been doing, I have a small part-time job I work, but besides that, I also cut hair from home. And right now, I just charge like $10. So I don't have many clients, but I think I've grown into about like 12 clients or so, roughly.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean 12 clients. That's
at least a haircut a week.
Yeah, for sure. So I cut them about every 2 weeks or so. So I mean, 12 clients. That's $120 twice a month. That's $240 a month. I mean, $10 sounds like a little bit, but it definitely adds up. I mean, that'll definitely pay like utilities and things.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. And then whatever you get at the college as well. I mean, because you don't get paid, but you get tips. So.
Yeah, and that's one thing I definitely want to emphasize for anybody listening that's a barber student. Really, really work on your customer service, man, because I mean, I'm the first to admit that my fades aren't the best. But it's funny because the majority of the people that tip, since the school charges $7 and most people pay with a 10, they get $3 back. And if they tip, because a lot of people don't tip there, I mean, and it's okay. But if they tip, they generally just tip $3.
Because of the change they have.
Yeah, because that's what they have, and that's all they plan on spending the whole haircut, $10.
$10.
Yeah. And again, that's okay. Like I don't complain about not getting a tip because I'm there to learn and I'm paying to get that practice in, of course. But one thing I want to emphasize with people, man, is again, there are people there that do, man, they do the most blurry fades. They fade better than some professional barbers and their students. Because these cats have been fading since high school, and now they finally decided to get legit. But what I'm getting at is a lot of these cats will just get $3, and that's off of a clean fade. And honestly, bro, like very commonly, I always get $5, and recently I've been getting a lot of $10 tips. And people kind of freak out on it because they be seeing like my kind of fairly mediocre fade. If I do shear work, it comes out pretty good. But I'll be doing some kind of fairly decent fades, and I'll be getting $10, and it even surprises me. But it goes back to the principle of customer service. Because really, like a lot of people, they'll do a fade, it comes out clean, but they spend a lot of time. It's like 40 minutes, and they're not talking to their client, man. So it's like super awkward. So it's
just like a dull 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's boring. Like you
40 minutes of just like them against like the ground or wherever they.
How weird is that, man? Just like spending 40 minutes with some guy all up in your space and he's not saying nothing. Versus me, I might not give the best haircuts, but I really strive to give good customer service. And that's something I'm telling the guys because they're freaking out. Like, man, that guy gave you $10. And I was like, bro, I keep telling them, like, bro, I mean, I'm the first to admit my haircuts aren't the best yet. But dude, if you talk to the people really appreciate it. Like people want to talk, people want to have a conversation, and also too, there's a lot of barbers that kind of I think they misunderstand what's a conversation, because a lot of people there, a lot of the barbers there can talk, but I think there's a definitely difference if you're just a big talker versus if you're good at conversating. Like what I strive to do is just ask people questions.
I was about to say, what are you doing? Are you that question? Are you just asking question?
I literally ask questions to gauge them.
Okay, let's do this. I sit down in your chair. I'm not saying anything. Are you going to engage me? Or are you going to wait to get engaged?
No, I usually start right away, and it starts at the beginning because I normally have to walk to the front, get the client, and I introduce myself. Like,
let's do this real quick. I walk in, I want a haircut. Let's go. So let's do a little scenario for the listeners.
Hey, good morning, sir. My name's Josue. I'll be taking care of you today. Follow me to the back.
Okay, then we walk to the back. I get in the chair. You put the cape on me.
Yeah.
What's next? What's generally just...
So after asking for their name up front, then ask them, hey, how you doing today, sir? And I'll normally say good, and so on. And then I'll usually ask them, how's your day today? And normally from there, I'll gauge if there is somebody that wants to talk or if there's somebody that just wants to get a haircut and be quiet. Because if I ask them, how's their day today? And they just say good, then I know very likely that person doesn't want to talk, and I'm going to adjust to them. I'm going to be like, okay, that person doesn't want to talk. I'll respect that. I'll just do the haircut as fast as possible without sacrificing quality and not get all up in his space. But I'll literally, with some people, man, I'm telling you, some people want to talk. I'll ask some people, how's your day today? And they'll be like, oh man, work was good, or work was crazy, or the wife was giving.
Yeah, they'll just get into it. They just need a vent.
I took my kids to soccer practice or whatever. Or like, oh, the boss was just bothering me today. Like some people, and then like the conversation will just head off from there.
Yeah. So if the customer is like good, like my day's going good, like just good. Do you just cut it off there? Do you try to re-engage them at some point in the cut? Or do you just leave it? Do you just shut it off?
I'll normally throw another question out there. Like, it sounds kind of cheesy, but like, for example, here in Texas, we've had snow. It was a big deal because in Texas...
Any listeners who are not in San Antonio, it snowed in San Antonio and over like 30 years?
It hadn't snowed in
30 years?
It's a big deal.
It snowed for, I say a solid 5 hours at least. No, wait a minute. How long did it snow? It started snowing like
at 6 or 7.
And it didn't finish till like it snowed for like 6 hours.
Yeah,
it was a good snow. I had never seen snow in San Antonio.
Yeah,
I had seen snow 2 years ago because I went out of state, but I'd never seen snow in San Antonio. And it was awesome.
Yeah, dude,
it covered everything. It was
real.
good.
So
go on.
Like I'll normally, like, if they just say good, I'll normally try a little bit further on into the haircut. Just kind of ask them something real basic, like did you enjoy the snow, or how are you liking this cold weather? And I'll gauge them again, because I don't want to. Because right now, again, I'm taking like 45 minutes to an hour on a haircut. If possible, I would like it not to be an awkward silence that whole hour.
Yeah.
So I'll normally try and engage them again with a simple question, and if they just say, like, ask them how do you like the weather, and it's like, oh, I like it, and that's it. Then, like, if they kind of reject the conversation twice, and I know for sure, just leave this guy alone.
Yeah, he's just trying to get a cut.
Yeah, he's not a talker, which is okay. I mean, I could concentrate on my work, and I know this guy doesn't want to socialize. But it's very interesting, man, because people really do like talking, man. So what I've been really trying to kind of like, I've been trying to like coach or mentor some of the guys there, because they can give great haircuts, but they've never like worked a job that has customer service, or they've never worked a job where it involves a lot of interaction with people. So I try and help them, like, bro, you give way better haircuts than I do. If your customer service was on point, man, you would be getting paid a lot more than me, man.
Yeah, that's true.
So the big thing I tell people is, like, just ask questions. Just ask questions. If the person wants to talk, they'll definitely vent out to you about their day. And I mean, I've had some really good, deep conversation in the short time I've been there, just because a lot of people, want to socialize, and nobody else is asking those questions.
This is true. Yeah. You get a lot of conversation by just asking them. Like you say, they're simple questions, but they lead to a lot. Like, some people just want to vent out, whatever. They're just ready. They're just waiting on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
One question.
Like this one guy the other day, like, I felt bad because he was one of the first bald fades I did, and dude, I did not like his haircut. I saw his haircut and I felt bad, but like, I already took an hour on it. I was trying to fix it, and all I kept doing was just pushing it higher and higher. But I did not like his haircut. I thought he was gonna get mad, but we had a good conversation for like over an hour. Like, we had a really good conversation. I was talking with him. His wife was standing next to us, waiting for him. We had a really nice conversation. And then he told me, I was like, hey, I don't have cash, but I have my card. Can I get cash back? I was like, yeah, you can, but they charge a $2 fee.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, hey, man, don't worry about it. Honestly, if you don't have cash, it's okay. Like, I don't want you to pay $2 just to tip me a few dollars, whatever.
Yeah.
But this guy was so nice. Like, he straight up got $10 cash to tip me, and he paid a $2 fee.
So he paid $12.
He paid
just
$12
to give you a tip,
plus the haircut, $7. That's $19 he spent.
So $20.
He could have easily gone to a professional barber, because professional barbers charge $20 around this area.
At least, yeah.
So that just shows the importance of what good customer service does, and
that's a good experience, straight up.
For real, like, I was like, honestly, that made my day, because like, I saw his haircut and I was like, that's a whack haircut. And like, to see the fact that I told him, like, hey man, don't worry about it, like, don't pay me nothing, I don't want you to pay $2, like, and he's like, no man, I'm gonna give you something.
That's what's up.
So
it's because you had a good conversation.
Exactly, man. And I don't even consider myself a good conversationalist. It's just I allow people to express themselves. Because some people, what they'll do is they'll just dominate the conversation. They'll just straight up be talking, and they don't even let the client talk.
This is true.
Yeah,
that's how I feel sometimes on this podcast. But nah, I'm just playing. But that's cool. That's a good example though, straight up. Because even though you like, I didn't see the haircut. Did you post it?
Yeah, it was the one bald fade I posted. Like one side came out good, but the other side you could see the line hard on the other side.
Oh, okay.
But the reason I posted is so that way, people could see, like, the way I see it is, like, I also want my personal Instagram to be kind of a journey. I want people to, like, look back a year from now and see the past haircuts I did and see how kind of whack they are.
And then see how good you're getting.
Exactly. And I was real scared to post it because like it wasn't good in my opinion.
But I mean, you just started off too, though. So
yeah, exactly.
It's good. It's good to post the journey, man. Because I mean,
yeah, for sure.
You can't be. I mean,
yeah.
Everyone there, even though some of them are good now, when they started off, they were whack. Like everybody's whack cutting hair the first time. Like
and a lot of people will only post like very few haircuts that come out like really good. Like the other 5 haircuts that came out whack or mediocre, they won't post them. So.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So I'm trying to be honest with people and even show the haircuts that I'm not like super proud of. But
yeah, that's true.
But overall, man, even in these past month and a half that I've been on the floor, I still feel like I've progressed.
Oh, you only been on a month and a half?
Roughly, yeah.
Roughly. Yeah. So how many haircuts would you say you've done since you first started? Like total? I know that's like around.
It's super hard to say. Bro,
at least 100?
At least 100, yeah.
Would you say 150 or 200?
I would say more towards 150.
150?
Yeah, at least.
That's cool. But most of them are more like sheer work.
Yeah, because most of them, that's what I was taking in at first. But
now, have you done? Since you say you're really good at shaving already, have you done the full where you shave like when the bald people, not bald, but they want to be bald, so they shave the whole head? Have you done that?
Yeah.
You've done that one?
Yeah, I've done it.
What's that like?
Because to be honest with you,
I've seen people do that, and I'm gonna be there pretty soon, so you're gonna have to do mine. But what is it?
To me, it's easier because the head is way more round and even than the face is. Because especially around the lip, that middle part underneath your nose, that part is really hard to get for some people. Yeah. And at the bottom lip, it's hard to get that curve because the lip itself is very soft. Like if you pass it'll cut them easy. And especially underneath the neck, especially for the chubby people, like that line, it's a very sensitive area.
And then also like your cheek is like so flexible. Not flexible, but it just moves like with any kind of pressure, like any light pressure.
Yeah, so to me the head was way easier.
It's just like just a quick swipe.
All it is literally like all the sides and the back, you just go down on it, and then the top of it. Well, most people that shave their head are going bald or they're bald. But shout out to all the people going bald. But if they have a few hairs up top, they're generally growing forward. So you just shave going forward.
Oh, so you don't go against the grain?
No, I only go against the grain for people that want like a really close shave, and they say that they personally shave against the grain.
Now, why don't you do that? Unless they tell you. Why don't you go against the grain unless they tell you?
Because the textbook, like the way it is in the textbook and the way they train us is to go with the grain. Because it doesn't irritate the skin. Oh. But they do say, I mean, you can obviously get a closer shave. Because I personally always shave against the grain. Okay. And my skin doesn't break out. But some people...
But like you say, you've always done that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But some people, if you do that, their skin could get ingrown hairs or it just gets red or irritated. Oh, okay. So that's why you got to ask the person, do you shave against the grain or just with the grain?
Oh, okay. So whenever you do the top of the scalp, you ask them, or you just automatically go with the grain? I
automatically go with the grain.
Unless they're like, hey, can you just go against the grain?
Yeah, like some people have told me like, I want a really close shave, just do it against the grain. Oh, and then I've done it, yeah.
Okay. Is that on the face? Is that a little more difficult, or?
I mean, for some people, but to be honest with you, the only reason why I'm so comfortable with it is because before I used to shave personally with a straight razor on myself. Okay. So if you can do anything on yourself, it's way easier to do it on somebody else's.
Yeah. Now, do you? How often do you switch blades while shaving? Because I know, as far as barbering, you're supposed to clean all your equipment after each cut. Yeah. Or am I off on this?
No, definitely. After each cut, you're supposed to disinfect or put things in Barberside. And for sure, you always want to use a fresh blade on every client. Okay. But for some people, like for example, if I shaved you, very likely I would probably do one side of the face and then change the blade for the other side because you have a very thick beard.
Have a lumberjack beard.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Yeah. So it just depends. Like if it's people that have like a bunch of hair and it's real thick, I use 2 blades.
Now, why though? Besides for it being like a thick beard, is it just that it'll dull it out? Or?
Yeah, because the blades they give us in school, they're very like mediocre blades.
Oh, okay.
So
These aren't feather.
Nah.
Feather blades.
Nah, definitely. They're not
Okay.
giving us no feather blades. Those things are like $1 a pop. So they'll give us like some cheap blades. So for that reason, they'll dull out pretty quick.
So they'll dull out, and then you don't want to like, I guess, as you say, like make the skin aggravated or just be pulling the beard off.
Because they'll be tugging, and then what people do is some people don't change out the blade on a thick beard, and what they do is you could still get it to cut when it's dull, but you have to apply pressure, and then when you apply pressure, that's when there's
more risk of cutting.
Yeah.
Oh, irritation as well.
Yeah.
So less irritation, and it'll be smoother, and it'll be closer as well, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen some. Now that you mention this, I've seen some posts on Instagram about barbers, and when they shave, I can still see like it's not that close. I'm like, that doesn't seem that close. So maybe they just haven't changed out the blade.
Yeah, and the reason too is because a lot of barbers do it the lazy way, where they just apply that gel, and then they shave down.
Okay.
I've seen barbers that don't even do the hot towel and stuff. Like, dude, to me, I do the whole process, man. I put the lather on because the lather has the.
What is the process? Yeah, go through it step by step. Real quick.
The process that I do is I apply the hot lather to the face and then put the hot towel on. Then after that, once it starts cooling down, then I clean off that old lather. Then I apply. Then very quickly I apply shave oil to their face, and then apply a fresh set of shave lather. Then I start shaving.
So you put the lather on there. You put a good amount or just a little bit since you're gonna wipe it off?
I put a good amount in the beginning because all that stuff like the chemical or whatever in the lather softens up the skin. Plus the heat. The heat softens it up.
And it opens up the pores?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. And then you wipe it off completely?
Yeah.
You get some shave oil. Then you put a new set of lather on there.
Yeah.
And then that's when you begin to shave.
Exactly. Versus other people, they'll shave a cold face with that gel. And don't get me wrong, I use the gel like for the back of the neck and stuff, like just little areas, and it works good. But if you're shaving somebody's face, man, like it not only like doesn't shave as close, but I think I might have mentioned it before, like it takes away from the whole experience.
Yeah.
Cause like
it is a different experience.
Cause if you're like, dude, if I go into a barbershop and pay $20, like I would get upset if somebody just put some gel on me and start shaving me. Like I want the whole process. Like the whole hot towel is relaxing, the whole hot lather is relaxing, the whole massage that I do with the shave oil is relaxing.
So what did you say the hair or the beard is different than like the actual like hair like on the neck? Like isn't it like different
definitely.
As well? Like because I mean some guys, or for me for example, I definitely shave my beard more than I cut the back of my neck, so I would think it's more.
And in the back of the neck, it's more kind of like those baby hairs. It's not like thick hairs.
Not like, that's what I mean. Like my beard's way more thicker than.
Exactly. So for that reason, you don't have to do the whole hot towel in the back. And plus, it would be ridiculous. You'd be spending like a lot of time.
Yeah, that's true.
But dude, if you're paying for a hot towel shave, I think here they run $20 in San Antonio. Yeah. In the places I've seen. Come on, man, give them a good service, dude. Like.
Yeah, I hear you. That's pretty cool.
Not knocking shave gel, but I am kind of knocking against doing a full face shave with only shave gel. I think that's just kind of a lazy way to do it.
Now, what lather do you use? Do you use your own, or is it provided by the school?
No, the school provides it.
What is it? Is it barbershop?
I forget the name of it. I know like the lather machine is called Lather Kings.
Lather Kings?
I think. Yeah.
You can use any kind of lather in it, correct or no?
Yeah, there's different brands that sell it. And
you don't know the lather itself, the brand?
No, I can't remember.
Is it a decent brand at least, or?
It works really good, so I imagine it is. But
because I know I've gone to barbershops when they do the hot one, and it just feels good, like just that warm feeling, like it just I don't know.
Yeah, it's relaxing, bro, and to be honest with you, like as men, that's really the only thing we have. I mean. Women could go get their hair did. I mean, get a manicure, pedicure, facial. Like, guys, the only thing we have to treat ourselves is a haircut and a hot towel shave.
This is Yeah.
So for that reason, I
decent,
try and like really make it a good experience.
And you also done facials as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever done some at the barber college?
Yeah. I've done very few. It's not super common, but yeah, I've done.
A lot of guys are probably shy or embarrassed to get one at the shop.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
And to be honest with you, like most guys that do get facials, they want to go with the female. It's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So you've been having good experiences at school. Been's going really well.
Yeah, man. So thankfully now I've had good experiences, so that's all giving me confidence to like take on anything, man. And the ones that I am kind of afraid to do are like the afros or the flat tops, because all that stuff requires a steady hand.
Yeah, that is difficult. I've seen them done while I've waited on haircuts.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a bit of a skill, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man. Especially on an afro, like you have to have a very steady hand to do that curve, because you can't put like a huge guard on it.
Yeah.
You have to do the steady hand on a big fro. And
I don't know how people do that. Like,
it's just experience, and I don't know, man. And I've seen flat tops done, and I feel semi-confident doing it, because
you think you can do a flat top?
Kind of, because that you can get guided by the big clipper, by the big comb.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. But a flat top, man, that's just. But afro, man, that's straight up just freehand, bro.
That's wild. I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I really want to do one day, but right now, like, if one comes in, I would be like,
I say,
I'll be like, I don't want to mess up your fro.
How about we challenge you, me and the listeners?
Yeah.
Next time there's a fro, how about you just say, I got it?
Dang.
Challenge accepted, yes or no?
I'll do it, man.
All right. Just for the listeners, he pounded it, so it's official now.
Cool.
And now, if you mess up, you mess up. You're a student. It's all right.
Yeah.
Just know that.
Yeah, for sure, man. But there's been a few, man. Like last week, one came in like a nice fro, like those old school ones I used to get like in the 80s and 90s, where it's real. I think it's called a high top, where it goes up real high, the fro, and then it's boxed out on top. So it's like a flat top, like afro. Like that stuff looks amazing, bro. But it's like you gotta freehand it straight up, then you gotta freehand the top of it straight across. And people that have that, man, like they really, really take care of the hair.
So it's that flat top one, right? Like that square lip?
Exactly.
Yeah, that looks cool, man.
Yeah. So.
Dude, next one, just do it, man. Just do it. And then, I mean, you're never going to get good at it until you do it. So,
yeah, for sure, man.
Because you might as well get the practice in now that you're a student. And you can get away with messing it up.
Yeah.
Because once you get your shop and then you're messing them up, it's like, all right. It's going to look bad on the shop.
Yeah, for sure, man. And another thing I kind of want to experiment with, I recently discovered this guy on YouTube. He goes by the name MC Barber. And this cat, he's just wild with the shears, bro. He does some magic with them. But one thing I want to implement is he does cutting with razors also. And he does razors like once it transitions from long hair to the fade. Like he'll do the razor and it softens it up so nice, and it comes out like it just transitions from like 4-inch long hair to like a zero, like
whoa,
and it comes out so good. So I've been watching some of his videos and I'm ready to try it, man. I'm gonna try it on the next gentleman cut I got.
That's cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm glad to hear you've been having good experiences at school, man. Been having good haircuts. Been getting more comfortable with the customers, good customer service.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of people are having some good experiences with you as the barber, I guess. Do you have any regulars?
I have a few regulars.
Yeah, a few regulars.
Not many.
So
but
you're
for
building
sure,
a clientele slowly, but you're doing it.
And recently, like this past week and last week, a few people got my number, so they're gonna be my soon-to-be regulars. You know?
That's cool. So you're definitely building a good rapport with everybody.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So when can we expect the next T-shirt?
I've been having some issues with the artists not kind of putting out what I like.
Okay.
So I have to find some new artists. But,
Okay.
But that other shirt that's inspired of my dad's style,
Mm-hmm.
that one I hope to have it out within the next 2 weeks.
Next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So by the end of the year or beginning of the year?
I would say the end of the year.
End of the year.
Yeah. So I got my first one out, but I really want to get this second one out because that one is just real nice, man. Like once it comes out, like I think people will really appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Okay. So once again, let everybody know where they can reach you at. Email, Instagram, website where they can buy the shirts. Go for it.
Yeah, definitely. So now it's all easy. It's just Behind the Barber. So you can reach me at www.behindthebarber.com, at behindthebarber@gmail.com, and my Instagram handle is Behind the Barber. Again, it is no longer Behind the Barber _podcast. It's only Behind the Barber. So there you guys can reach me with any questions, buy the t-shirt, or give me any feedback or any other topics you want me to discuss. And I'll definitely be open to talking about them here.
Awesome, awesome. Once again, shout out to everybody listening, and we look forward to hearing from you pretty soon. Till next time, y'all.
Till next time, man.